Alrighty then. Maybe lower the background music a pinch. I think we're good. Hey guys, Dante here and welcome back to my channel, The Burger Select. Welcome back to another edition of Sunday Night Art Stream. Today we are doing sprite work, more and more sprite work with a new program. Okay, audio seems good. Alright, so some basic announcements. First things first, I have switched, I still use Clip Studio Paint. Right, I always forget the full name of it. Not just Clip Studio, but Clip Studio Paint, I think is the full title of it. So I still use that for a lot of my artwork, but after following a few artists on Twitch and asking them like how they approach their sprite work, I am now switched to using, for the sprites, I am using Ace Sprite. So Ace Sprite. It just messes with my Lisp. Ace Sprite. It's a pretty straightforward program. It was like $20, which is like a steal in my opinion. So on the far side, you have a live feed of your sprite in motion. You can adjust the speed. On the bottom, you have layers and frames. So I've been taking a lot of my stuff and transferring it over into this. I'll probably still do the still images in Clip Studio, because there's still images, but the animated sprites I've been tweaking and putting into this. And we're gonna go through all that in a minute, but that's what I've been up to. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw a little sneak peek of stuff I've been doing. Aside from that, other news includes this bad boy just came in the mail today. I don't even like One Piece, but I got my 4-day pass for New York Comic Con. I bit the bullet. I said, screw it. I'll just buy the 4-day pass. I'll go the days I like, and the days I don't like, I'll go for like 1 or 2 hours. Like really, just milk it. You know, treat yourself. So I bought the 4-day pass. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth it for like the overall experience. They have a lot of like group voice actors and group actors showing up. Like it's like a reunion of the Starship Trooper actors are gonna be there. The Futurama cast is gonna be there. Like they have like full cast. I don't think it's gonna happen again this year. The past 2 years they had Critical Role. Now that I have the 4-day pass, is the 1-day Critical Role most likely isn't gonna be at New York Comic Con. I was hoping they would. I still want to get an autograph from 1 or 2 of those people, which I missed out the past 2 years on. I missed out those years, and I'm really upset about that. But I got the 4-day pass, and they're slowly updating tables. Speaking of which, you know, knock on wood and everything. Shh, quiet. I applied for a vending table. I applied for an artist alley table, didn't get it. I applied for a vending table. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a vending table. If I do, they're gonna tell me apparently at the very last minute if I get it, and then I gotta figure out what to do with this. Maybe I could sell it to my friend. But yeah, I'm not gonna overthink that, because at the moment, I've done my conventions for the summertime. Long Island Retro Gaming was really fun. I made some nice sales, which I could have sold more, but people did really like my work, so I know the work works. People legitimately came to my table and were like, this is really nice work. But liking something and buying something are 2 different things. But for now, no conventions lined up yet until November. November is Big Apple WinterCon. We'll see how that goes. And aside from that, I'm just going to take it easy, do some casual artwork, and do some personal artwork. Give me a second here. There we go. I have to put a napkin down because the coaster wasn't cutting it anymore. It's too humid. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to be working on some sprites today. We're going to take the one-on bandit and we're going to slowly develop his sprite set. Oh, and a reminder, now that the cons are over, I will be updating my Etsy account. I will be moving stuff from the convention stock into the Etsy stock, so keep an eye out for that as well in the near future. But yes, I gotta work out the full set from his jumping, his attack, his movement, and probably his duck and his attack when he ducks. I think I'm gonna have to do that as well. I'm making this game by the seat of my pants and just seeing what comes out of it. So let's do a little run through what we do have so far. Let me also switch my audio real quick. Alright. Okay. So let's show you what I've done so far. You see this axe. I'm just gonna open up a few folders real quick. So right now I'm just opening up a few of the previous projects. A few of the previous animations I finished up. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay. So, we have Sting here. Sting is basically just two little sprites, two little frames of animation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's it. All the animation I'm doing, it's set at 250. So 1,000 is considered 1 second, as in like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. So 1,000 is a second. I've set these right now. All these animations are set to 250. So they're basically running at 25% of a second, right? 0.25. All the animations are 0.25 to kind of give me an idea of how many frames. A lot of these animations have like maybe 3 or 4 frames. If it's a movement, if it's a basic attack, or if it just be 2 frames. I'm kind of keeping it in that area. So this one, for example, this is the smoke coming off of this trap door villain, and this guy, once again, he's about 6 animations. This is his idle animation. His idle animation is the 6 animations of him doing that. His attack animation. So when someone gets close to this, called the bomb bones. So when someone gets too close to the bomb bones, it activates his attack animation, which is a little chunky. This is 7 frames, but basically it opens up, dynamite flies out, and it explodes. It's a little chunky. It's more like an automatic than a full animation, but you know, we're working with these. Learning with them, seeing what goes best. So that activates when someone gets too close to it. That's the bomb bones, Sting, bomb bones again. Have the little walk animation for this guy. So this guy doesn't have a physical attack. He basically moves back and forth. He's a patrolman. He walks back and forth. So I just gave him this basic footsteps, and he stops, wiggles his mustache, and then he'll walk backwards. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wiggle mustache. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wiggle mustache. And he's 17 animations altogether. And it's super simple animation, as you can tell. Just 1 leg up, 1 leg down, 1 leg up, 1 leg down, then a little back and forth with a mustache. This is the Axeman. And that's it. That's he just walks back and forth, and he's more like an obstacle than an actual opponent attacking you. That's what I've been working on. So we're gonna work on, let's say, I want to try and do the jump animation for this. Have him like squat and then jump upward into the air, and we'll see how that goes from there. And I can already see something that's not correct here. This little line here shouldn't be there. Now the real issue I'm having is there we go. The real issue I'm having with this is muscle memory. Like a lot of the muscle memory for this, like I'm learning the new keys and everything. That's the real issue I'm having. Now this is our base. This is the base for the main character, for our one-armed bandit. My only real issue is whether or not I should try and put something in his chest, but at this size, it doesn't really read well. Anything I put in there, it just doesn't like really pick up well. Let me make sure I'm using the exact palette I need. Load palette. This is the palette. This is our working palette. There we go. I have to change the working palette. Because it seems to make a palette based on what you're drawing. But I want to have a set palette that I make sure I'm using this exact palette throughout the animations. Because it'll drive me crazy if the gray is just off by a pinch. It'll drive me freaking crazy. So the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and new frame, and let's yeah, so it's flickering because I just put in an empty frame at the moment. Then we have this, so it's flickering between the frames. So how should we go about this? You know what? Let me go back for a minute. Undo that. There we go. Now, Palmy wants to be lazy and just have his body sink into what is essentially his knee. Or should I bend the knee? Should we bend the knee? That's a web question. Alright, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in and see what we can do. Let's select. That's the wrong selection tool. Let's select with a lasso. Let's grab that. And let's zoom in a pinch. You know what I want to do real quick? Well, if not, you know what? One thing at a time, Dante. Go with that for now. See that animation? But what I want to do before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and add a new layer. Make sure we label that heroes. I know what I'm doing. Because I'm doing grayscales. So here's the annoying part. The onion, which allows me to see, you can kind of see the shadow effect. The onion is like on the bottommost layer. So if I put, let's say, a color in this freaking bottom layer, just make it easier for me to see gray tones, but I can't see the onion. That's the one thing I don't like. The onion gets completely lost if you have like a full color background, which is kind of stupid. You would think that that shadow would be there regardless. But anyway, yeah, that's the one complaint I have. I'm sure there's a setting I could do for it. But if you have like a color background, the shadow just disappears. It's not gonna help it. Another little pain in the butt is that in Clip Studio, my pen, I just right click with this button here on the side and it becomes the pen drop. Here I gotta select the pen drop, click it, actually select the color, and it always throws me off. Let me double check the speed on this. 250, please. There you go. Now you can see the change in the speed of the animation. Okay, so that's him going down. Just a quick little whoop. Right about there seems good. So he squats, goes up, maybe then another one to hold him, then a holding point, then he comes back down. It might work. Let's see how it goes. All depends on how many frames. How many frames per also plus how much animation movement, you know? Yeah, that seems good. Now we're going to remove the downward action lines and replace them with upward action lines. Put some good like motion in that bandana. Point it upward, point it downward. I did not notice that. There are missing colors right here. Nope. That's why I like to use a background color. Especially if your sprites are grayscale. There we go. Much better. Grab this right here. No, go bigger. Grab this right here. There we go. Copy that, and then on this final frame, paste it. There we go. Edit, undo that. Go back. I just want, nope, nope, nope. Just want you. There we go. Copy, third frame, paste. So I have the perfect round. That's what I was looking for, that round joint. Something's going on. My erase. No, no. Square. One frame. There we go. It was really hard to get. It was actually really hard to get like this, just this little circle. I don't want to lose it, which is why I'm copying and pasting it rather than trying to redraw it. There we go. Wrong tool. Where's my line tool? There we go. Now, I don't know how many of you might have seen it. If you follow me on Instagram, I made the 3D render of this guy. I created right before the convention started, I went ahead, made a little 3D sculpture, and yeah, he exists as a 3D form now, like a little sculpture I created. I printed him. I 3D printed and everything. Okay. Look at the animation, see how that plays out. Seems okay. Dropping some action lines, especially for the blade. So what we're going to do now, once again, new layer. Oh, no, it's not new layer, new frame. What I'm going to do is take the entire thing, actually no, should I raise him? No. I shouldn't really raise him. I'm trying to think how that works in animation. Yeah, no, I do raise him. I do raise him up. So I raise him up. Where's my onion skin? There we go. If he's jumping from there, and now he's there. Yeah. Yeah, and in this frame, we're going to keep everything, but we're going to have the bottom half also sink upward. Put that blue back into place, that way I can see what I'm doing. you know, you gotta bear with me because I'm once again, my muscle memory is all over the place when it comes to this program. Nope, edit, undo. That moves the whole thing. I need to move just this. What is this? What erase this to? Thank you. I'm sure it's a bunch of technical terms for like the different stages of the jump. If you're asking what they are, I don't know. Okay, let's deselect that. Let me back up a little bit. Essentially, let me zoom back out. Come on, scoot over, there we go. So we have, which is that's just the base. Like this is his standard. Squats down, extends upward, goes upward with the bottom half following him. So I'm thinking, let me see. We keep this height, new frame, but we completely condense the bottom half of his body right into that. So like all of this goes away. I'm sort of thinking, why not like exaggerate his movement to a like he actually goes into himself. If you've ever seen that the movie The Box Trolls, where they actually like they somehow fit into their little compacted boxes. don't really explain how they fit. They just completely collapse into their own little box. That's kind of what I'm going with here. Okay. Nice. Okay, let me deselect this. So we have our base. He preps. He jumps, extends his chest. The legs follow. The legs follow. So let's copy this. Let's copy this one. Control copy. I'm gonna make a empty frame. On this empty frame, control paste right there. Oh, I also need to get rid of that. It's a bit of a hard stomp he does. Oh, I just realized something too. Let me see. That's there. You have a few empty gaps I gotta fix. Like right over here. There we go. Where did you come from? Let me back out from it. Let me deselect. Move this over again so you guys can see it. Oh, that's moving it too much. Yeah, where did you come from? Now, I'll be honest, I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to do a jump animation. That's going to be a sprite. Like, should the jump animation all be held within that same size? Or here, how I actually have him jumping upward. Like, out of his comfort zone, if that makes sense. I do like the way it slams, though, when it comes back down. And these are all set at the, yep, 25%. Yeah, like I'm not too sure how you animate a jump frame. Do you keep all the motion of him jumping in that frame? Because technically he's jumping, if we take this off, he's jumping about half his height. So is all the animation supposed to be like, do I do all this and keep it like in that box and allow the actual movement to be the jumping? Because when I tried this in GDevelop, I did an animation similar to this where I actually did move him outside of his jump animation. So when outside of his frame box, if that makes sense. If he's like in a box that's 1 inch by 1 inch, should all animation be in that 1 inch by 1 inch? Or should it be like this, where I do have him leaving that area? I guess the only way to tell is when we put it into the actual program, and have it in physical movement, not just the animation of it jumping. But I do like this. I like the way it goes up. I like the way it slams down hard. I do like it. So we're going to file. No, file. There's a working file, so we're going to file and save, not save as. Alright, so next step is we could do attack or his movement. Now originally, I kind of had his movement being a hopping motion, but everything's hopping. The way he jumps is hopping. So I do wonder, we don't have an idle animation from him yet. Like I want to do, actually do I have an idle animation? Did I do an idle? Let's see, open. Where's our hero? Oh no, we did do an idle, I think. Yeah, idle 1 and 2. Open. I think idle is just him kind of bouncing around, like. That's it. Just do 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 do. Little dance he does. So that's the idle animation right there. Just a little simple up and down. Really not much to it. So you have your up and down, and then you have your full-on jump and slam. Alright. So I had an idea of like, so how does he duck? And part of me was thinking, what if he just collapses into himself? What if like the bottom half opens up and it goes, whoop, he goes right into himself, like completely, like half of his body sinks into itself. That was kind of the idea I had. It's the only way I could really make it work. His attack should be a stab or should be a swipe. I think. Let me open. Let me open. Now here's a question: where are all the sprites I did for him? I did a bunch of sprites when I made my GDevelop game. Just gotta find out where I put them. Yeah, here they are. I have multiple for attack. That's so weird. Give me a second, guys. Going through my files. Ba-doop, ba-doop, boo. So I have these. That's the wrong file, though. It's so weird. I'm looking for my old sprites. And they're showing up in a weird spot. Trying to find out where that folder is, though. Oh, that's why. All the new stuff I'm doing is underneath sprites. Duh. But the old stuff was underneath video games. When I was testing video games. I should really organize that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P. My dyslexia is kicking in. My dyslexia. There it is. There it is. Oh, that's the complication. Things I have to organize later, guys. These are all empty files, that's why. Or do I? What is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Like, I can't find, like, the source file for this. Like the folder. I could search it, but I can't find like the main folder for it. That's so weird. There it is. There it is. Oh god, I need to reorganize everything. There's his attack. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, but it's not animated though. Boop, 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 boop. That was it. I just had it spin. Okay. So one, I need to freaking reorganize all my damn files. And two, now at least we know what we're doing. Let me do some corrections on this. There we go. File save. Open. Yeah, everything needs to be reorganized. Everything needs to be reorganized. Hero black and white. Nope. File open. I want hero. Yeah, okay. Is our hero base. This is the starting point, which is why I need to make sure everything is correct of him. There we go. File save. Here's our hero base, and we are going to figure out what to do for an attack. So first things first, we are going to readjust. We're going to first save as. Come on. Hero. I'll call it hero stab. Stab. A. And the first thing we're going to do is adjust the canvas size, because now he's swinging a bit further out. So all the sprites right now have been inside of a 100 by 100 frame, except for him. He is within a roughly 100 by 105 by 125, because of the way he extends outward. So he's a bit larger than most of the other sprites in this game, but just by a pinch. So let's extend that width to, let's say, to 140 just for now. That seems like a good area. And let's extend the height to 125. Okay. So I guess we'll just repeat what we did before. We're gonna have him open his hand, spin the knife, swipe. Roughly, I want to say, sorry. Duplicate layer, please. Duplicate frame. New frame. All right. We're gonna have it once again go at roughly 250, 0.25 frames per second. No, have it at speed at I don't know how you say it. Fact is, it's not a full. It's between the frames. It's not a full second. All right, let's get in there. We got some rumbles outside. We got a storm going on. I hear that some places right now in the U.S. are getting hit really hard with like a few of these rolling storms. Big old cactus hands. That's okay though. trying to do like a spinning effect, if that makes sense. So I'm doing the knife completely on a different layer, 'cause I don't want to screw up what I've done so far. It's good so far. right. Let's do a new empty frame. I'm gonna copy what's on the very first frame. Copy it. Frame number 3, we're gonna paste it, and we're gonna completely flip around the blade. So we're gonna do this. I'll take that, copy it, paste it, and we're gonna rotate it. 180. Like that. Edit, undo. What is going on? That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. Jeez. Acting's so weird. Come on. 180. Trying to get that number just right. There we go. So he goes from, I think it's, I've been including the idle frames in these, which I probably don't need to, but the idle frames help me get through the step by step. So he spins it, it's reversed. Let me zoom in a bit. Now on top of this frame, I will start erasing very carefully. I need to keep this. There we go. I'll do that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and merge the two layers. One layer is just for the blades, one layer is for the merge downward. There we go. So what we have so far are really just 3 layers. And that includes an idle layer. So you have the idle layer, spin, reverse, and we have swipe forward, and then pull back. Okay. And this is gonna be the interesting one because, you know, if this wasn't such a close-up pixel art, I could probably just grab it and rotate it, and then that's it. But we could try that and then clean it up and see what happens. Like that. We could clean this and fudge it a little bit because I'm going to add action lines anyway. So let me deselect it real quick. And then we'll go do some cleanup. Round some pieces off. Undo, undo. Try again. Nope. Rotate, rotate, people. Why are you not letting me rotate? Good. So we'll go with that and we're going to clean it up. Get rid of a lot of the rough edges. Like that. Good of that. Good of that. Oh, wrong button. It's like whack. Kind of like it. I kind of like it. Now I'm thinking. So quick and then like really quick. So let's see if I do a. Let's do an empty frame. Let's copy the spin frame when it's already back over here. Let's copy this. It's gonna copy that, drop that into the empty frame. Let's see, so it goes spin, back, attack, back up to spin, regular. Or should we just not have that? If I was to just... Let's get rid of that for a minute. Delete frame. In a way, have them just bounce back to... Or... Oh! Here's an idea. Once again, we're going to empty a frame. Let's take the original, the idle, not even the idle, just the still. Idle is like movement. This is just a still frame. So we're going to copy that. We're going to put this right there. And what we're going to do, what's going on here? I don't know. Do we even need a return frame or just have to stab and then go back to normal? I don't know if we even need a return frame, to be honest. It's kind of a cheat not to have like a return frame that tells you how it spins back the normal way. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Because it goes spin. It goes spin, hold, attack, back. Wait a minute. Oh, that's also something that's bugging me. You, my friend, are off by like a pinch. There we go. Chop, chop, chop. Yeah, we don't even explain how it's like on his pull, like on his on his machete stab as he pulls back, it just goes back to normal. Because I could do kind of like he lets go and it goes back to normal. Yeah, something like that. The implied like stab, and as he lets go, it spins back. Like this is the implied motion of that. Yeah, I like it that way. Yeah, we'll do that. Yep, there's a little action on the way back. So it's literally the idle animation. It's just a still frame with action. So in the end, it's only the first few we need. So I'm gonna delete the first frame. That way it's no idle animation. Just right into the animation. Perfect though. This I like. Let me save this as a working file for now. New folder, hero, stab, A. Save as a working folder, file. Nope. And we're also going to save as, I think it's pretty good the way it is. So we're going to save as a working folder and as the sprites themselves. 4 frames of animation. Nice. Because basically you save as a working folder for this program, of course. And then you save them as ping. Then you save them as a ping so for all the individual frames, which is what you need to do when you upload it into a program. Let me get rid of that file save as and replace, yes. There we go. So we got our jumping. We got our basic slash attack. I call it stab. It's a basic slash attack. It just whacks a character in the face with it. We need a movement. Should it be a hopping movement, or should I kind of have him like skid across the ground, which is a lot easier, to be honest. And then there'll be the squat animation and the squat attack animation. Those are going to be a pain in the ass. For now, let's try movement. So as always, we start with the base. There's another individual right now, really good artist who has a character called Space Maria, which is basically it's a 90s anime inspired character. She has big red hair, muscles, blue shirt, kind of like if you mixed a Hispanic character with Tomb Raider and then put it into like 1990s anime. And he's also doing like frame by frame, but he's drawing them. He's like, it's more like pencil drawings, not like pixel like this, and way more sophisticated than I am. He has them in a box, and she stands in the box, and he has like the point forward, the point up, the point above you, the point sideways, and it's all held in that box. It's like he's basically using the box to kind of act like a clock. That way it's always in the same frame, which is why I was wondering about my jumping animation. Should it be all in a box or not? We shall see in the final result. Space Maria, check it out. Check her out, and check out the creator, and follow his game progression. It's leagues above anything I have. All right, let's see. So I'm thinking just like a basic like jiggle back and forth. So the main body will move back and forth, then I'll animate the arms separately. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, I'm gonna call this the arm layer for now. I think it'll be easier just to have them on different layers. I'm not like doing full animation. This is kind of like a paper doll. Each part's a little different. Each part is its own little piece. So first gonna I'm gonna add more to the arm. Give us a bit more to work with. Okay. Let's call this the chest. God, that is an annoying freaking song. Excuse me. Which one is playing? Which one of you is playing? Skip that. Thank you very much. Jeez, I was not a good song to listen to at all. Got its legs. There we go. File. Save as. This is going to be Hero Walk. There we go. Okay. All right, new frame. Put that onion on. Edit, undo. Something's going on. That's the arm. Oh, that's why I forgot to erase half the stuff on the other layers. So, on the chest, we don't need the hand. That's why I made a separate layer for it. Duh! Doop-doo-doo. What's different between these two? Something's going on here. There's a little flickering going on in the chest area, but I can't tell where it's coming from. Ah, that's why. That's okay though. We're gonna mess with that anyway. Alright, and then I don't need any of the stuff on top here because we're only using the bottom. We're using the legs. Sorry, where am I going? There. I have to keep reminding myself that yes, I'm starting with the base layer, and I have to remember to get rid of it when the time is right. There we go. Okay, so first frame of animation, the chest leans forward. He goes forward, right? So how's it gonna work? He goes forward. This is his head. This is his head. These are his feet. So he leans forward and he goes back, and he leans forward and he goes back, but he's always moving forward. So that's the first layer. And we also adjust the speed because this guy's like freaking out over here. Enter. There we go. New frame. Am I doing this right? No, something's off. How do I show someone skidding forward? Yeah, it does actually kind of work. I think what it needs... Yeah, I know what it needs now. Just a little bit of the good old-fashioned action lines. Just to kind of sell the fact that he's moving forward on one frame. But there is an issue somewhere here. So that's that. That one fell lower than it should be. Then this one, the legs go forward. And I am going to put a little plume of smoke as well. To help indicate that movement. Why is the arm moving? The arm's moving though. Ah, there's an issue with the arms as well. Yeah, so he leans forward and he thrusts his legs. Yeah, he leans forward, then dashes back and thrusts his legs forward. That's it. He's just kind of grinding his way around. Nice. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got it. What I want to do also. We need to also extend the size of the canvas by a pinch. Yeah, that does it, I think. He leans forward fast, leans back like real hard, leans back hard and pushes bottom legs out, and then comes to a slight rest. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we got it. We got this. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little plume of smoke. New layer, just in case. Trust the process, as they say. Trust the process. Maybe I should reduce the push on the chest area. He thrusts and he shakes his hand up and down. There. That does look good. That actually does look pretty good. He's falling save with that, baby. Let's save that. There we go. Yep. I want to say that works well. The 3 frames. His top is doing a lot of back and forth. It goes forward and leans back. And he thrusts his bottom leg forward as well. Yeah, and then when you drop it into the program, into the actual like video game program, you just set how much distance does he cover in this frame. So when you if you press left, how quickly is he moving across the board, and you kind of match it to the animation of him just kind of chugging along. It's not bad, man. But 2 hours in, in 2 hours we've got. We got a jump animation. Actually, let me also change this canvas size. Height to like 180. No. Let's make that 150. Even smaller. Let's go 110. That's too small. 130. Yeah. There we go. Nope. Edit, undo. That's his high point. Let's try that again. Canvas size. That's the high point. So we should change that to 150. Okay it. Yep, there we go. So he's jumping basically 1/2 his body height. Okay, he's roughly 100 pixels high. And he's jumping to 150. Once again, whether or not that's the right idea, whether or not the whole jump animation should be held in the same box of the character and then dropped into the program, we'll find out how it plays out in the program, because I really have no idea. Like, is a jump animation always held in that same frame, or do you move the character up? It depends on how it looks. We shall see. But we're going to file and save that guy right now. So we have our jumping and slamming down animation. We got our quick spin and stab. And we have our 3-frame walk. And the 3-frame walk does a lot for only 3 frames. In fact, or it's right. No. The jump animation, the first frame of jump animation is needed. That's him sinking down. So all of these have the animations that are needed. Minus the idle animation. That audio, because it's kind of high pitched, sounded like what's the guy who did the movie The Little Dictator? The comedian. He had a mustache. He had the quote unquote Hitler mustache, which is partly why he also did the movie The Little Dictator. Charlie Chaplin. Like that high pitched voice kind of reminded me of Charlie Chaplin. Anyway, let me go back to the editing window. There we go. Alright. Lots of jibber jabber, but that's because a lot of it is me just thinking as opposed to storyboarding, as opposed to... I'm just going at this nose first, right into it. Should I do more, like, should I do storyboarding for these? Most likely. But I'm just going at it. Just for the sake of going at it. Going at it, like, in a way that's probably not the right way, but... In fact, you know what? Let's check something. Jump. No. Sprite. Jumping. Okay, here's an example. I'm right now looking at how to properly handle the landing part of a jump. In the sprite animation, for the way they have it laid out, at least in the image, for Mega Man X, he is jumping. He is leaving his initial box and landing, as opposed to it all being in the same frame. Right? I mean, there are also pixel art classes and stuff I could look at here. Let me see. Yeah, a lot of the sprite maps, a lot of the sprite sheets show the movement out of the box, out of his original frame. So I'm guessing I'm doing it right. So what's left now is for him to duck and to attack. I'm thinking when he ducks, he's not able to move. Program wise, I'm gonna figure out how to do that. To have him duck, part of me doesn't just want, like, number one, the legs are gonna disappear completely. Like the little leg joint, the little L joint he has, that's gonna go sink into his chest. But that's really not enough, in my opinion. Like, I want this guy to just go right to the ground. So part of me is actually thinking of, like, having the bottom half of his legs, like, it won't show the complete animation. It's gonna, like, only like 2 or 3 frames, but it'll be like a hatch, and his body sinks into it. It's kind of his head sticking out with his arm off to the side, because I want to drop low enough where enemy fire goes over his head. Like, it's gonna be a complete, like, drop, full drop. Yeah. So I'm thinking like a full, like I said, the box trolls from the movie The Box Trolls. They just kind of sink into their own bodies, kind of like that. Really cartoony, really funny, and then that way he'll swipe like forward with the blade. That's gonna be the most trickiest to get the angle right. But once we do that, once we have that, or once we have the drop down, the squat and attack, I think we'll be left will be like how he looks like when he gets damaged. Maybe I'll just have like a spark file for him. In many games, when a character gets damaged, they just kind of blink, right? They just kind of blink. That's how you get that invincibility window for a short time. But I'm thinking just have sparks come off of him whenever he gets hit. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. There's a background so we can see how it looks. That looks good. I'm happy, guys. Slow and steady. So, for those of you, once again, tuning in at the last minute, this is the One On Bandit. It is a video game I'm slowly working on by myself. I am doing all the sprite work, I'm doing the background work, and then eventually I'm also, not eventually, but I'm also slowly learning the programming work as I go along. I do have other games in mind, video games primarily. The Clockwork Queen is my like coup de grace, but I'm not going to work on that just yet because that requires a lot more work at the moment, and I'm still not sure what style I want it to look in the end. The Clockwork Queen is a passion project that will come after this. And if you're looking for other games, of course, I have my card games. I have Of Tolls and Trolls. That's on a website called The Game Crafter. Of Tolls and Trolls, like a family-friendly card game. I'm also working on another game called Ascending Assassins. My only issue with that game is that the prints, like there's an issue with the artwork. I need to like go back to scratch and redo the background because the background keeps printing way too dark. I gotta completely recolor the background on those cards. It's a pain, mainly because like, you know, it's like when you end up saving a file and it's like one step beyond what it should have been. You should have saved it earlier. That's the issue with that game. I have to really like go hard into the original files and redo the backgrounds online. I'm gonna have to just redo the backgrounds from scratch. I might just have to do that. Ascending Assassins is also a kind of pretty much family-friendly game, despite the topic being kind of aggressive. You know, you are a ninja, making your way up a tower, taking out enemies. That's about it. So I do card games. So, Of Tolls and Trolls and Ascending Assassins soon to come out. And I'm also test playing one of my very first card game, which I took completely to scratch years back, called Thunderhead. Thunderhead was my first card game. I spent way too much money on it that then failed. And I'm completely going to go back to scratch on... I'm not going completely back to scratch. I'm almost at the scratch on that one. That requires more test plays. But you work on what works best. You know, you work on what's more achievable at the moment and just keep going from there. And I think that's it. Yeah, so a reminder to anyone jumping in. On the bottom, all my links. You have the YouTube link if you're not watching this already on YouTube. All these videos are saved permanently on YouTube. Here on Twitch, they are saved about like for a week or so. So check me out on YouTube. You're also going to find pre-recorded videos on YouTube of art I make. And kind of quick videos. I have these videos called Quick Vids, which shows you how to make something cool in a short amount of time. That's the catchphrase. For my general ramblings, there's Twitter, but I know some people are kind of escaping Twitter. I understand why. There's DeviantArt for a few of my older stuff, but of course, overall, you can check me out on theburglesart.com, my official website. I have a general gallery there. Doesn't have all my work, but it's a general gallery as well as some portfolios of work I've done in the past. And that will be it. So, yeah. Once again, guys, I am Dante. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future. Later.